It begins in a small room in ancient Rome. A girl sits alone on a wooden stool. 14 years old, hands folded in her lap. Back straight, eyes lowered. She is not allowed to cry. The walls of the house glow faintly from a single lamp. Shadows dance on her face, like restless spirits. Outside, the warm Roman night hums softly, but inside, the air feels cold. Tonight is not a celebration. Tonight is a funeral. The funeral of her childhood. Her mother stands behind her, holding a knife carved from bone. Without a word, she lifts the girl's long dark hair and begins dividing it into 6 harsh braids, the seni crines, once worn by Vestal virgins. Pure Seki. But on this night, these braids are not symbols of holiness. They are symbols of surrender. With every pull, a piece of the girl is taken away, and Rome expects her to remain silent. The most terrifying night before a Roman wedding was not the wedding itself. It was the moment the girl realized, tomorrow, she would no longer belong to herself. Her name is Lucia. Her father has arranged her marriage not for love, not for happiness, but for alliance. Lucia has met the groom once, a wealthy merchant, twice her age. He examined her hands, her teeth, her posture, as if pricing a piece of livestock. In Rome, marriage was not romance. It was property, a transaction between men. The girl was the currency. Tonight, Lucia prepares for a life she did not choose. Her mother tightens the braids. Lucia winces. Her scalp burns, but she cannot show pain. Roman brides must not shed tears. Tears embity misfortune. Tears offend. Oh, gauze. Her mother steps away, and the next ritual begins. Lucia opens a small wooden box. Inside, a wax doll, a tiny bronze horse, a rattle, a ribbon, the last pieces of her childhood. In Rome, a girl must offer her toys to the Lares, the spirits of her ancestors too. Show she is no longer a child. Lucia walks the dark hallway toward the shrine. The house is silent. Even the air feels afraid. She kneels, places each toy on the altar, and whispers, "Take these, and guide me." Her childhood ends with a whisper. Next, her mother brings the veil. The flammeum, a veil dyed in bright, unnatural orange. The color of fire, the color of sacrifice. Roman brides wore this color because they believed it protected them from demons, but also because it resembled the flames used in ancient sacrificial rites. Lucia touches the fabric. It feels heavy, suffocating, like a fate she cannot escape. Her father enters. He does not embrace her. He does not comfort her. He simply places his hand on her head and says the words that seal her fate. Tomorrow, you leave this house forever. Under Roman law, once married, Lucia will no longer be a member of her own family. She will be transferred legally completely into the household of her husband. Even her name will change. Lucia lowers her eyes. One tear escapes. Her mother slaps her, not out of cruelty, out of fear. A crying bride invites misfortune. A crying bride invites death. Lucia forces herself into stillness, into obedience, into silence. As the night deepens, relatives arrive. They gather outside her door. They speak in whispers. Will she survive childbirth? Will the husband treat her kindly? What if she cannot conceive? What if she angers the gods? Their fears grow heavier than the veil on Lucia's head. She lies down on her bed, a straw mattress, and closes her eyes. But sleep is forbidden tonight. Roman tradition says a bride must reflect. Say most fear she must accept. Because tomorrow, when she approaches her husband's door, if she stumbles across the threshold, the entire marriage will be cursed. So Lucia stays awake, listening to her heartbeat, listening to fate approach. We hear this story and feel horror, anger, sadness. But Rome's customs were not random. They were built on an ancient philosophy. Every transformation requires a symbolic death. Lucia's toys, her hair, her identity, her home, all of it had to die so she could be reborn as a Roman wife. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "All things are in the process of change. You are not losing anything. You are returning it." This was Rome's worldview. Nothing belongs to us, not even ourselves. Lucia's fear the night before her wedding is the same fear we experience when life forces us into change. We fear losing the people we love. We fear losing our status. We fear losing our youth. We fear losing the version of ourselves we have become comfortable with. Seneca warned, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Lucia's terror, the same terror we feel as the mind clinging to what is already gone. And yet, Stoicism offers more than comfort. It offers clarity. Epictetus taught, when you kiss your child or your wife, say to yourself, "You are kissing a mortal." Why? Not to become cold, but to become free. The Roman wedding rituals were horrific. Yes, but they were also brutally honest. They forced the bride to confront the truth we spend our whole lives avoiding. Nothing is permanent. Not childhood, not identity, not security, not even love. In a strange way, Lucia's night of fear is a lesson for every Roman. And for us, when you cling to what must change, you become a prisoner. When you accept the change, you become unbreakable. Tonight, think of something in your life that is already changing. Something you are gripping tightly. Something you are afraid to lose. A role, a dream, a relationship, a version of yourself. Whisper to it, "You are borrowed, not mine to keep." Loosen your grip. Let the transformation happen. Remember, every new life begins in darkness, just like Lucia's. And tomorrow, when you step across your own threshold, step with intention, step with clarity, step without fear, because change does not come to destroy you. It comes to reveal you. If you seek ancient wisdom, stay close.